probably clicking on this video, presumably because you are tuned into my live stream, and I sent you to go look for this video, and now you're here. Welcome to this video. I get this question, and have been getting this question for a very long time, and I would like to address it in a video. That's usually how I do a lot of my videos. It's just questions that I get over and over and over that I feel like if I just did a singular video, it would be much easier. And you can just go to this. I can just direct people to one video, and it'll explain like 30 minutes of ideas, or however long this video is, into a concise video, so I don't have to keep repeating this every single time I get the question. So your question is, why clown? There's a lot of questions that you should have. Presumably you're watching this because you're watching my stream and you're watching me play. You just tuned in and you're watching me play Monk Equilibrium with Clown instead of Enchant Sword, and you're like, why? Why are you not using Enchant Sword? You should have more questions than just that, but that is usually the question that I do get the most often. Other questions should be things like, why Equilibrium? This isn't even the best version of a Monk deck. The best version of a Monk deck is very specifically Blessing with J. Assuming that you have like a lot of good like counter spells set to Light Faction, J Blessing for now is the best version of this deck. I think after 25.0 that's going to change because J is going to get nerfed. But right now, J Blessing with a bunch of counter spells on your equipment in order to cleanse, and then running I want to say Illumination. I think Blessing Illumination Novice is what most people run. And that would be the best version of this deck. Technically, your question should be why Gadget as well. But I guess you could bypass that by saying, well, I guess he's playing Equilibrium. Gadget kind of makes sense. And so Clown is like the one specific thing that most people will hang on and be like, no, you should be running Enchant Sword because everybody runs Enchant Sword. So I would like to address that in this video. Why Clown? A long time ago, I started playing Monk Equilibrium in Dragon Rift. That's actually how I started liking playing Monk. My Monk isn't leveled up. It's a level 11. I think that you have to at least have it at 11 just so that you have the Illumination talent. And that's super important if you are going to play Equilibrium. I have the copies to make it a 13, and when I do get it to 13, I'll probably switch to Enchant Sword, and I'll run it with Rebirth, because then my merges will become less risky. But because I only have the first two, merging with Enchant Sword, even at max, is incredibly risky. And I've had plenty of games where playing Monk Equilibrium, what ends up happening is I'll merge two level 2 swords, and they'll become a level 3 sword. At which point, now I have to merge out monks, and then just so that I can get a level 3 Harley Quinn or a level 3 Enchant Sword, so that I could get rid of the level 3 Enchant Sword, and I'll merge two level 3 Enchant Swords and get a level 4. There was one game where I merged two level 5 Enchant Swords and got a level 6 Enchant Sword. It has the ability to compile over and over and over. And the reason why I even play this deck, I would never recommend this deck for co-op. And the only reason why I would never recommend this deck for PvP. And the only reason why I even run this deck is very specifically because of co-op. This is basically my co-op deck that I run on stream so that I don't have to think. Because I use my co-op time in streams so that there's something happening on the screen, but I, as a person, can just react to chat. And I can catch up on things that are happening in chat. Because when I start playing like these intensive games like a Spirit Master deck, see, like Monk isn't even my best card. And so that should be another question that you should have. Like, oh, why aren't you using something better than your level 11 monk? Why aren't you using your max spirit master or your max blade dancer? Why aren't you using literally anything else, right? But the question that I get is why clown? And it's very simple. Clown is redundancy incarnate. Now, most people that I usually run this deck with, or most people see clown in this deck, and the immediate thought that they think of is it doesn't work with Harley Quinn. And that's actually the point. The first time that I ever saw this was when I was just looking through worldwide battles, and somebody at a low ranking used this exact deck. And I thought what you thought, why clown? That's so dumb. It doesn't work with Harley Quinn. It never copies anything. The reason why this is good is because when I'm doing a stream, all I care about is ease of setup. That's all I care about. Back when Scrapper didn't have talents, the deck that I used to run during co-op was just a Floral Frenzy Blade Dancer deck. It wasn't good, but it was as good as it needed to be in order to beat co-op. Just a deck that I could set up in the first 10-15 rounds, and then for the rest of my time sitting in co-op could be spent doing nothing. At which point I could just go through my chat and just answer questions, interact with people. Because when I'm playing intensive game after intensive game, if I don't stop the stream, as in what I'm basically doing now, which is very frankly very boring, right? There's nothing happening on screen. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like people that are watching us stream, they kind of want something to happen on screen. So even if I just kind of do this, that's even just kind of a little bit more interesting, and it's engaging. It's not anything, but just because there is something happening on screen, there's something that makes you think, oh wow, I'm actually focusing on something else. It's not just some guy talking where nothing is happening on screen. Now, I can do this on a stream. I can just stop what I'm doing and just talk, but I feel like that's kind of boring. So the times that I actually actively interact with chat is during co-ops. So I'm going to play this deck, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to keep quote-unquote screwing myself over so that I can show you why this deck is good. I'm going to play with a friend. Hopefully, I am available. Oh, look at that. I'm available. So for anybody that doesn't know, it's my separate account that I have been building up. The reason why Monk is so good, why Clown is so good, is because in the early game, you have the ability to merge them together. You can actually do that. That is something that you can technically do. Then when you get into this position, you can merge it down, because obviously it will always fail. And then what you can do is merge them together. You can merge these together. You can copy this. I'm going to merge this away. So I have a 3 and a 2. I can make this a 2. I don't do this for efficiency. I don't do this because it's the best thing. I do this for efficiency. My entire goal when I'm playing this deck in a co-op form is literally just to do the easiest setup that I can possibly do. It's not to build up growth tiles. Like, if I can, then I can. But it's not to build up growth tiles. It's not to get the best the best setup. It's how quickly can I achieve an actual setup. That's it. That's my only goal. And then with these, you can keep merging them down. And what it does is, I can actually merge this up and then combine that. So this is a level 3. I can actually merge it out. because it's a you use enhanced summoning on your summoner, so that when you get these awkward levels, you can just enhance summoning it into literally anything else in your deck. If it becomes a Harlequin, then you can copy a 3. If it becomes a Clown, you can merge it down until it becomes a 1. And then if it becomes a Monk, then that's obviously the best case scenario. Right here, I can now enhance summoning this. I can also get rid of this, summon in a Monk, and then all of a sudden, now all I have to do is enhance summoning this, and I have Equilibrium. And then, for the rest of this game, I can basically do nothing. I can basically just Illumination and Gadget the rest of this game. If I choose to do something, I can, and Clown allows you to reset up your board without the fear that you will get stuck with a level 5 Enchant Sword. Because if you get stuck with a level 5 Enchant Sword, and you have a level 5 Monk that you can obviously go up to, you can copy the level 5 Monk, it'll drop down to a level 4, copy a level 4, it'll drop down to a level 3, copy a level 3, it'll drop down to a 2, copy a 1, it'll drop down to a 1, and you can just keep going. If I want to make this board better, like I said, I'm just gonna continuously screw myself over. I can get rid of this Clown, summon in, it's a Dryad, I can now copy that, and I'm back to Equilibrium. I can merge this out, that's pretty good. I can merge this out, that's pretty good. Oh no, I have a Clown. I can get rid of the Clown, copy it, and now I have Equilibrium again. It's just easy. I don't do this because it's good. I do this because level 13 co-op is just a joke. With my crit level, and even having a level 11 Monk, I'm not even running what would be efficient, which is Mermaid, because I know that I don't have to cleanse an awful lot of things. I have a gold counterspell, and that's it. That's my entire cleanse for this deck. And now, again, in PvP, this would never fly. I would never recommend this. It's very bad. You will die. Monk Blessing is the best version of the deck. But for the purposes of streaming, so that I can interact with chat, so that I don't have to, like, sit here and actively, like, fix my deck the whole game, or, you know, like, if I'm running, like, a Spirit Master deck, I feel like I actively have to keep building stacks. I don't have to, but because it's there, I kind of feel like I should. With this, pressing the Monk button and pressing the Gadget button just over and over and over, like, just glancing back and then, you know, like, seeing if I need to press the button, it's just something to do. I don't have to do it, but it's something that I can do. I can screw myself over it here. Oh no, I don't have a level 1. I can merge out a level 3. I can do this. I can copy this. It'll fail. I can make it a level 2. Copy this. Copy this. I can make something a 4. I can copy this, enhance summoning this out, use the Dryad, and I'm back to Equilibrium. It's just easy. If you're trying to play co-op, and that's your only purpose for running this version of this deck, I think it's very fun. I think it's very fun with how redundantly easy it is. Every single thing in this deck is built to be redundant. A enhanced summoning summoner is, it literally replaces itself to become a Monk. A Monk is a Monk. A Dryad upgrades a Monk so that you can summon in again. A Clown has the ability to just copy itself, and then you can get rid of it that way so that you can summon in again. Literally, I'm just gonna do this. At which point I can copy a Monk. I can do this. I can do that, into that, and I'm back at Equilibrium. The entire purpose of this deck is to literally just be redundant. So that no matter what happens, you can keep getting back into the game and having a full board. You can't risk this when you're running Enchant Sword. You have to hope in those last couple of like monk summon-ins that you get a monk, or that you get a summoner, or that you get a dryad that you can automatically use, or that you get a harlequin that is a monk level that you have. With this, I can continuously screw myself over, and it doesn't matter. Unless it does. It might matter right now. I might have screwed myself over too much. Or maybe not. No. It doesn't matter. I can merge these two. Oh no, I don't have a level 3. I can merge this. I can copy that so that I can merge both of them. I can level it down. I can copy the Harlequin, which will automatically fail. I get this. I can get both of these. I can do that. I can merge this out. Merge this down to a 2. Merge it to a 1. Recopy. And, like, all of this, I don't have to do. I think it should be obvious that I didn't have to do any of this. I'm just saying that this is how easy it would be to recover if you're using monk, or clown. If you're using clown. If you don't have the third ability and you decide to instead use clown, this is how easy it is to get back in the game. You could get warlocked. You could technically get bedlam, probably. And given enough time, you can get back into the game. I love using this setup for Dragon Rift, especially the dragon, when, like, sometimes it will just destroy your units or level down all of your units. Having Illumination allows you to re-upgrade all of your units. If your units get destroyed, you will never get screwed over. You can always figure it out. You can always make it work. You can always fix every solution, or every situation. That's why I use this. It's literally just redundant. I can get rid of this, resummon in, get rid of this, resummon in, get rid of this, resummon in, use it, summon in, and I'm back to equilibrium. And like I said, I would never do this on stream. I would never, like, once I got equilibrium, I would never touch it ever again. Not only can you get equilibrium incredibly quickly with this setup, using clown instead of Enchant Sword, but even if you theoretically got screwed over late game from something, that's how easy it is to recover. Given enough time, and as long as your opponent or your co-op partner is doing anything, you can recover and you will be fine. Again, I would never recommend this for PvP. I would only recommend blessing, blessing with Jay. After this patch, I don't know. I guess we'll see, like, what people decide to use. But right now, blessing Jay is, like, the thing that everybody uses. But yeah. It's not great. But it's kind of okay. Unless you die. Which I'm not going to. Unless I do. Which I'm not going to. Unless I do. Which I'm not going to. Monk Clown. Try it out.